Hello, dear friends. There comes a time in every hymn segment where we have to feature Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. Not only because it is such an effervescent text, but also because it is probably the most famous tune that Beethoven ever wrote. It comes out of the last movement of his Ninth Symphony. And most people know it through this hymn, and I thought today would be a wonderful time to focus on it. Not only because it's a wonderful hymn, but also because this coming Sunday at our All Saints Communion service, when we recognize those of our congregation who have gone on to glory this year, we will be singing as our final hymn, Sing with All the Saints of Glory, which will also use this Beethoven tune. So I wanted for us to dwell on this today, and then you'll get the chance to sing with Jake and me at the end of this wonderful hymn. The author of the hymn, Henry Jackson Van Dyke, was born in Pennsylvania in 1852 and became pastor of the Brick Presbyterian Church in New York City. Now, if you remember, a couple of months ago, I also featured the hymn, This Is My Father's World, which was written by Maltby Babcock. And it was upon his resignation from the Brick Presbyterian Church in New York City that Henry Van Dyke became pastor of that church. So sometimes it's nice to weave those historical threads together as we study these hymns. Henry later, after his pastorate at the Presbyterian Church, he later became professor of English literature at Princeton and the author of a number of books, including the still popular The Other Wise Man. Not Magi, but just The Other Wise Man. He went on to occupy a number of eminent positions, which included the American ambassador to the Netherlands and Luxembourg, appointed by his friend Woodrow Wilson, lieutenant commander in the United States Navy Chaplains Corps during World War I, moderator of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church, commander of the Legion of Honor, president of the National Institute of Arts and Letters, and chairman of the committee that compiled the Presbyterian Book of Common Worship. I'm exhausted just thinking about all of those things. What an amazing life and what service. So, truly, truly. In 1907, Henry Van Dyke was invited to preach at Williams College in Massachusetts. At breakfast one morning, he handed the college president a piece of paper saying, "Here is a hymn for you. Your mountains, which were the Berkshires, were my inspiration. It must be sung to the music of Beethoven's Hymn of Joy." When he was later asked about this hymn, Van Dyke replied, and I quote, "These verses are simple expressions of common Christian feelings and desires in this present time. Hymns of today that may be sung together by people who know the thought of the age and are not afraid that any truth of science will destroy religion or any revolution on earth overthrow the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, this is a hymn of trust and joy and hope in any time." And that's why I thought we need to focus on this today, especially as this is the week that we head into our election here in the U.S. And as we particularly celebrate the lives of 13 people out of our congregation who went to be with the Lord this year. So let this hymn this week, and as we sing it on Sunday, inspire you, encourage you, and let you know that even as we face some difficult days ahead, some days of indecision, no matter what, our faith is strong, and we can be encouraged to live our faith and to live our lives with joy in this world today. So sing this song now with me.
Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts untold like flowers before thee, opening to the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the dark of doubt away. Giver of immortal gladness, fill us with the light of day. Oh, thy works with joy surround thee, earth and heaven reflect thy rays. Stars and angels sing around thee, center of unbroken praise. Field and forest, vale and mountain, flowery meadow, flashing sea, chanting bird and flowing fountain, call us to rejoice in thee. Thou art giving and forgiving, ever blessing, ever blessed, wellspring of the joy of living, ocean depth of happy rest. Thou our Father, Christ our brother, all who live in love are thine. Teach us how to love each other, lift us to the joy divine. Mortals join the mighty chorus, which the morning stars began. Love divine is reigning o'er us, binding all within its span. Ever singing, march we onward, victors in the midst of strife. Joy